All right, man. So we got every allegation against P. Diddy explained, and that's exactly what I wanted. Every single thing that I've been getting has been through like Instagram, clips, people talking about it, but I want to know what is actually happening and like in a more thoughtful, well put video. This is exactly that. Also, I said this before and I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna say it again. Whoever has 1,000 bottles of anything, in this case baby oil, which makes it actually worse, did exactly what they were allegedly accused of doing, bro. That is not normal. Liquid ecstasy, that's what it was. So 1,000 bottles of whatever, you're guilty, bro, because it's not normal. Then you put the baby oil on top of that, you're definitely guilty of whatever he was doing, because he was doing a lot of freaky stuff. And why you need all that baby oil for? But now it's liquid ecstasy, liquid something, bro. You know what I'm saying? That sips into your system and that's it, GG. That man is guilty. But anyways, yeah, this video is gonna talk about all of his allegations, which I'm actually curious about. There was also the one with, Cassie in the hotel, which blatant guilty right there, because he literally beat her, which is messed up. Yeah, bro, let's check it out. This is by MattyBallz. Oh, I didn't know I was watching your balls, brother. Anyways.
Ever since November of 2023, when Cassie Ventura filed a lawsuit against rapper, businessman, and multimillionaire P. Diddy, a multitude of allegations have come out against him. In the past couple of months, Diddy has been arrested, multiple more lawsuits have come out, and he also has multiple charges against him. And with everything that's come out against Diddy recently, it can get confusing when it comes to the details.
Yeah,
making
very
it hard
confusing
to separate facts from fiction.
Correct.
So today, I'm going to break down every single formal allegation that P. Diddy is facing. But first, we gotta understand a little bit more about Puff. Also, I just want to put a little disclaimer right here that obviously I'm going to be talking about some really dark and disgusting and sensitive topics, as I'm sure most of you are probably already aware, but I just wanted to warn you guys because it gets pretty graphic. So with that in mind,
thank you, brother.
Continue.
Appreciate it.
Most of us know who Diddy is or know of Diddy, but we gotta have a better understanding of who he is to truly understand these allegations. Diddy, aka Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, or Sean Combs, began his career in the 90s working at Uptown Records. A few years into his career, he was fired, so he then created his own label called Bad Boy Records in '93. He signed the Notorious B.I.G., who was obviously a huge signee and made Puff very successful.
And to go back, back to this time too, I also heard that he was the reason why Tupac died, which is crazy. That I don't know much about. I just heard that detail, so I don't know if like there's a video that actually explains why or how he did it, or I mean how or why they think he did it. And then what's another thing I was gonna mention? Oh yeah, how if you go back to a lot of celebrities interviews or whatever, I guess we'll talk about the Cat Williams one, he called them out for it. And if you go back in time, people have always called him out. I guess because of his power or whatever. Nobody really thought that that's what he actually did. And then since he has records or whatever, he's able to blackmail people and tell them to shut up and be quiet and all that. So oh no, bro. He's guilty, bro. There's just no denying that. It's GG.
He signed other artists like Faith Evans and had an
exactly. Diddy's guilty, period. All of Hollywood knows he's guilty. Yeah, pretty much. He's guilty of all charges. Exactly.
Production team called The Hitmen, who worked with artists like Usher, TLC, Mariah Carey, Aretha Franklin, and many more. Puff was already very successful, but then he decided to work on his own music. His first single charted for 28 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, and his first album sold 561,000 copies first week. So Diddy was already wildly successful early on to his career in the music industry. Not only was he a successful artist, but he was also a powerful executive with tons of connections. He also had other business ventures, with one of his most successful ones being his partnership with Ciroc, in which he helped them develop their brand in exchange for 50% of the profits. So if you didn't know much about Diddy, that's pretty much all you need to know. He's a rich, powerful, and successful man in the music industry and Hollywood in general. He's won a Guinness World Record for most successful rap producer in 1997.
Really?
He's won 3 Grammys, and he's also credited for cultivating artists like Biggie, Mary J. Blige, and Usher. I kept it brief for simplicity's sake, obviously, but I really wanted to emphasize his power, his influence, and his wealth. Also, I said earlier he was a multi-millionaire, but they have even estimated his net worth to be $1 billion. So Diddy is very rich.
Definitely through the Ciroc
Diddy
stuff.
has also had quite a few controversies. In 1999, he was sued by Nas's manager after Diddy attacked him, for which they settled out of court for $500,000. In 2003, his clothing brand Sean John was accused of violating Honduran labor laws as the factories were based in Honduras. The National Labor Committee said that the employees were forced to work overtime, were paid sweatshop wages, and that the bathrooms were locked.
I never understood this, bro. I never understood this, bro. Just take care of your employees and they will take care of you, bro. That's it. Why would you do that, bro? I always knew Diddy was no good at all, especially with his relationship with Cassie. When he made her shave her head because somebody else had it? Huh? What do you mean by that? And to be honest, Cassie, with her shaved head, it didn't look good on her. And when he beat her in the hotel, ooh, I was heated. Yeah. And then also her being very young, he saw her talent. Honestly, he kept her from being like at her full potential, I feel like. Yeah, just that relationship in general was actually pretty weird, bruh. Did you know Usher deleted all his Twitter posts after what happened with Diddy altercation? Yes, and then he said that he got hacked. Buddy, we seeing you hug each other very close near your beds, the way y'all talk to each other. We've seen the clips, brother. Yo, Usher, we know what's happening. I get it, bro. Relax.
Paid sweatshop wages, and that the bathrooms were locked. In 2007, Diddy was sued for battery after he punched Gerard Rechnitzer at a nightclub. No idea if I said his name right. And there's even more alleged violent crimes that he's committed throughout his career. For example, Diddy's ex Cassie Ventura, who we will talk more about later, said that Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car, to which a spokesperson for Kid Cudi said that was him. It was true. On top of that, for years, Diddy has been theorized to be involved in both Pac and Biggie's deaths. Tupac's murder suspect even claimed that Diddy wanted him to kill both Pac and Suge Knight. There's even a time Eminem said, "The day you put out a hit's the day Diddy admits he put out the hit that got Pac killed." On top of that, Diddy even admitted that the death of Biggie helped his own music career. Even as recently as 2017, he was sued for...
Is he not? How is that not? I guess there was not enough like actual legal evidence, right? But bro, how is he not even in jail yet?
His own music career. He even admitted that the death of Biggie helped his own music career. Even as recently as 2017, he was sued for sexual harassment by his chef, and the suit was settled out of court. So for a long time, Diddy has been a very shady guy in the music industry.
By the way, anytime something gets settled, yeah, that means he was guilty of it.
With tons of conspiracy theories following him throughout his career. And over the years, as he would continue to have these controversies, nothing would compare to what happened recently. In November of 2023, singer Cassie Ventura filed a lawsuit against Diddy that would set off a chain of legal issues for Puff. She said, "After years of silence and darkness, I am finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationships." Cassie met Diddy in 2005 when she was 19 and he was, I believe, 36. And she signed...
There you go. So I was right. You see that gap? 19, he was 36. Nah, that's clear, brother. Not only is that, bro, I mean, she's over, like, she's of age, I get it. But when you step into this world and you don't know anything as a 19-year-old, I still consider that grooming, bro. So you groomed that, you know what I'm saying? That's weird. He just had complete control of her. And she's still, yeah, she's still a child. If I go back to myself when I turned 18, I was doing the exact same thing I was doing at 17, which was playing RuneScape, Minecraft, coming home, going to school, stuff like that. Same thing as 19. Same thing at 20. I didn't really like fully mature and step into the adulting life until I was like 22. Because, you know, I started paying my own bills and stuff like that. At 21, there was like a little transition here and there, but actual maturity, at least for me, didn't come till I was like 22, for sure. She groomed just because of who he is in general, even if he wasn't 36. Oh yeah. Pushing 40, reaching out to 19-year-olds is crazy.
Cassie met Diddy in 2005 when she was 19 and he was, I believe, 36. And she signed to Diddy's label in 2006. Not only did she sign to the label, but she signed a 10-album deal. She basically signed her life away. And Diddy made her sign this so that he could have more control over her career.
So I wanted to get us all together so we could get this, everybody can hear from me how focused and excited I am about the project.
How many albums does she even have? The only song I remember from her is the one that she's dancing in front of that mirror, bro. Oh my gosh, she looks so bad. Anyways, how many albums does Cassie have? Cassie Ventura, known mononymously as Cassie, has released 2 studio albums, 2 mixtapes, 15 singles, brother. And he got signed for 10 albums? How old is she now? 38? Well, she still looks good. I'm not trying to say anything, but it's like, damn, and she still didn't put out 10 albums. Nah, bro. What is that deal, man? He knew what he was doing, bro. He knew exactly what he was doing. 8 more, bro. 8 more and you're free, Cassie.
I wanted, Cassie to focus and excite him about the project. I wanted, Cassie to everybody to meet Cassie. Y'all know that's Cassie.
They had an on and off relationship from this time until about 2018. In the lawsuit, Cassie claims that not too long after she met him, Diddy would give her drugs to make her compliant, he would beat her multiple times a year, and he forced her to have sex with male prostitutes while he filmed. He very quickly became very controlling of her, as obviously he was in control of her career, and he would also pay for her car, apartment, clothes, and also had access to her medical records. Apparently, a few years into the relationship, he would coerce her into having sex with male prostitutes while he watched, filmed, and pleasured himself.
This is actually disgusting, bro. This needs jail time. How can this be settled through money? How, bro? If I was her, I would want like jail time, bro. Like I would have proof for everything, and I need this man in custody and in jail ASAP, bro.
Stuff is really disgusting and disturbing, but basically Diddy was a cuck, and she said that this went on for years. In the suit, there was also mention of the 2016 incident where he hit Cassie in a hotel, then he passed out. She tried to leave, but he woke up and followed her and started hitting her, as seen in the security camera footage.
Oh my God, kicking her and everything,
Diddy even
bro.
paid the hotel $50,000 for the footage. In 2018, at the end of their relationship, he apparently forced himself into her apartment and R-worded her, after which she finally left him for good. Also included in the suit, apparently Diddy dangled one of Cassie's friends over a 17th floor hotel balcony. And the suit also touches on when Diddy tried to blow up Kid Cudi's car in 2012 because Cudi was briefly talking to Cassie. Like I said, one of Cudi's—
Who the hell does he think he is? Bro thinks he's like, yo. Nah, this guy's a villain, bro. Yo, this guy is a legit villain. What do you mean dangled somebody 17th floor up, bro? How is he not in jail?
spokespeople said this is all true. One of Diddy's lawyers, Ben Brafman, said Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations.
Oh,
For the
yeah.
past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Miss Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. Despite withdrawing her initial threat, Ms. Ventura has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. In response, one of Cassie's lawyers said Mr. Combs offered Ms. Ventura 8 figures to silence her and prevent the filing of this lawsuit. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think it's pretty disgusting to say that this was just full of blatant lies because Cassie was seeking a payday when there's literally footage of Diddy beating her in the hotel. And that footage actually wasn't even out at the time, which means the dude was just lying. Like I said, though, Cassie was suing Diddy for $30 million, and apparently the day after they filed the lawsuit, it was settled out of court.
So what that mean? Chat, anytime something gets settled, that person's guilty, bro. I'm telling you right now. The downfall of Diddy documentary came out. So hold up. So if they got a documentary, doesn't that mean that the allegations are true? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you can't just put out a documentary unless, I mean, I don't know what the documentary is about, but I hope it touches on all these other things. You can't just put out a documentary on things without having facts, because wouldn't it fall under defamation? Yup, factual evidence of all he did. Exactly. So guilty. I don't know why this is taking forever. Put that man in jail. Thank you very much.
For an undisclosed amount, and both parties said they wanted to settle it in a pleasant and friendly way. There was nothing public about how they settled it.
What? Yo, be for real. Is Diddy really wrong? Yo, send you on my mama, bruh. I'ma see you next week. No. Time them out for an hour? No. How many hours are in a week? 168. Oh, wait, there's an option here. 1 week it is.
After they filed the lawsuit, it was settled out of court. It was settled for an undisclosed amount, and both parties said they wanted to settle it in a pleasant and friendly way. There was nothing public about how they settled it. We don't know how much money Cassie was paid, if any, or even why in particular they settled. Ben Cesario from the New York Times said, for Diddy, the settlement quickly shuts down what could have been a risky and potentially embarrassing process of legal discovery, in which reams of evidence are made public and a possible trial. And Cassie also likely didn't want to relive all of her trauma, which is why she probably was willing to settle rather than sit through a trial. But thanks to Cassie's courage for coming forward about this, a multitude of lawsuits followed. Just 5 days after Cassie's lawsuit, another lawsuit was filed accusing Diddy of drugging and essaying a college student at Syracuse University in 1991 and filming it. Then apparently Diddy would show the footage to people as
there's the evidence, bro. There is the evidence. Everything is lining up. There's always drugging involved. There's always filming, sexual stuff, bro. What?
Staying a college student at Syracuse University in 1991 and filming it. Then apparently Diddy would show the footage to people as revenge porn. Shortly after that, a third lawsuit was filed accusing Diddy and Aaron Hall of R-wording the accuser and her friend. Apparently, following the assault, Diddy pulled up to the girl's residence and got violent, even choking the girl till she passed out. After this suit came out, Diddy's spokesperson again claimed they were lies, saying these are fabricated claims falsely alleging misconduct from over 30 years ago and filed at the last minute. This is nothing but a money grab. Because of Mr. Combs' fame and success, he is an easy target for anonymous accusers who lie without conscience or consequence for financial benefit. Following this, on December 6th, another lawsuit was filed in which they claimed in 2003 a 17-year-old was gang R-worded by Diddy, Harvey Pierre, and an unnamed assailant. The victim says they talked her into getting on a private jet to New York, drugging her, and then assaulted her. In this lawsuit, the girl even provided pictures, making the claims all that more believable. In December, after all of these allegations, Diddy finally made a statement on his Instagram saying, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation, and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." But it's safe to say Diddy's statement was not well received, and more awful allegations continued to come out. In February of this year...
Yeah, bro, because it's been so many people within the industry, out of the industry, drugs this, drugs that, Diddy parties this, bro, it's just too much. So obviously people are not going to take it well. Especially if that girl in particular, if she provided evidence that she was there or not, bro. What the, yo. This is why I needed this video. No, this is like actually insane, bro. And for him to think that he's innocent is crazy to me. Talking about I'm gonna defend my name. Buddy, what you need to defend is your butt, bro. Cause you going to jail, my boy. Facts.
Not well received, and more awful allegations continued to come out. In February of this year, the producer Lil Rod filed a huge $30 million lawsuit in which he accused Diddy of harassing and threatening him for over more than a year. He also allegedly had footage of Diddy and his people committing crimes and doing SA. Lil Rod was accusing Diddy of what they said was RICO level charges and named people such as Diddy, his son Justin, Lucien Grange, the CEO of Universal Music Group, Ethiopia Habtemariam.
I think I heard about this one. What happened to this case?
CEO of Motown Records, Chalice Recording Studios, Diddy's chief of staff Christina Koram, and Diddy's companies as defendants. So basically what he's saying is all these people I just listed and the companies were involved in these crimes alongside Diddy. I do think it's important to note though that Lucien Grange and UMG were eventually removed from the lawsuit. Lil Rod lived with Diddy for months at a time and was also on a yacht Diddy rented for multiple weeks. He said that he witnessed many of Diddy's awful acts. Apparently Lil Rod was also the victim of constant unsolicited and unauthorized groping and touching of his anus by Mr. Combs. When he complained to Diddy's chief of staff, she said,
"Oh my God. Okay, I understand. Okay, listen. If you're drugged and then you're being touched, like, you have no control over your body. But like, let's say you weren't drugged. What do you mean unsolicited and unauthorized groping and touching of his anus? I will not let anybody touch me like that, bro. Now, drugged, I can't say anything about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. But like, wow.
And touching of his anus by Mr. Combs. Constant unsolicited and unauthorized groping and touching of his anus by Mr. Combs. When he complained to Diddy's chief of staff, she said, Sean will be Sean. Rod even said that Diddy was trying to make him have sex with Stevie J and promised him that he would win a Grammy if he did. According to the suit, Rod said he was also sexually assaulted by a cousin or assistant of rapper Young Miami. He was harassed and assaulted by Oscar winner Cuba Gooding Jr. and obtained footage of a rapper and an R&B singer whose names have been redacted from the complaint, consorting with underage girls and sex workers. Finally, Rodney said that the reason no one has come forward with anything over the past few decades is because Diddy has footage of every person that has attended his parties that he can use to blackmail them. So Rodney accused Diddy of a ton of crimes.
So this kind of took off on Twitter, and I think wasn't this when people started to put the pieces together. They called out Usher and they called out Meek Mill, no? And then Meek was going so hard on trying to like defend whatever, but it made it even more sus. Get up and did he call him daddy? Oh, head to it.
Plenty of which we'll touch on more later.
What?
But this lawsuit was huge, especially because he was naming names and said he had evidence for all of this.
Wait, so I wonder what happened.
He said that the suit includes reckless name dropping about events that are pure fiction. Following this, 2 of Diddy's houses were raided by the feds. They said, earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. We will provide further information as it becomes available. Both of his sons, Justin and Christian, were also handcuffed during the raids. So clearly, either because of the lawsuits or before them, Diddy was under investigation by the feds.
Yeah.
After the raid, CNN obtained the video of Diddy attacking Cassie in the hallway, to which Diddy decided to apologize for, since this was the only evidence so far that had been released to the public.
Apologize.
It's so difficult to reflect.
Shut up! Shut up!
Darkest time.
Shut up! Shut up! Mute this! Shut the f up! Shut up! Oh my God, bro! You know what you did, bro. Shut up, bro. I'm not hearing this, man. The hell up, yo. No, this is like actually gonna piss me off, bro. What is he talking about?
But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
Shut up,
I'm not asking for forgiveness.
brother.
I'm truly sorry.
On
No,
May
you're not. Shut
22nd,
up.
a few days after the video came out, a former model accused Diddy of drugging and essaying her
Oh
in another law.
Alter acolyte, bro. I appreciate the host. I apologize. You have to come into this video, bro. This video is goofy, man.
After the video came out, a former model accused Diddy of drugging and essaying her in another lawsuit. A couple of days later, another woman came forward accusing Diddy of 4 instances of essay from the mid-1990s to the early 2000s. He was also accused of battery and assault in this suit as well. Most recently, another suit came out where Diddy was accused of drugging and R-wording another woman.
Oh
According
my
to ABC,
God.
this is at least the 12th lawsuit filed against Diddy since Cassie came out with hers back in November of 2023.
And they're all very similar. They're all very similar. That's all I gotta say.
No more have come out, but it's very possible more people will speak out. The reason all of these people came forward around the same time is because of a new law passed in New York called the Adult Survivors Act. Basically, what this did was give adult victims, people who were 18 years or older during their alleged time of abuse, the ability to file civil lawsuits in New York, even if any statutes of limitations have run out. If you don't know what that means, basically if you were an adult in New York who got essayed, before this new act, usually there was about a 3-year window where you could file a suit. As far as I understand it, I am by no means a lawyer, but this is what it said on Google. So now with the Adult Survivors Act, victims had a 1-year window to file suits, and it's set to expire this November.
Oh,
So
wow,
it isn't
that's
like
a
this
lot,
is some
though.
big coordinated mastermind attack against Diddy. This new act, coupled with Cassie's coming out in her lawsuit, seems to be what motivated these victims to come forward. And just as it seemed like it couldn't get worse for Diddy, the feds showed up at his front door. Hold
on. That's tough. Yo, Alter, appreciate the gifted, brother.
The feds showed up at his front door.
And that's
Most
the feds,
recently,
chat.
Diddy was arrested by the feds on September 16th of this year based on a sealed indictment filed by the Southern District of New York. By the way, indictment is basically just fancy talk for serious charges.
Yup.
The U.S. Attorney Damian Williams said,
Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
Brother, you are cooked.
And the obstruction of justice.
So like the US attorney implied, there are 3 main charges that Diddy is currently facing: racketeering conspiracy,
That's a big one.
trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion,
That's a
and
big one.
transportation to engage in prostitution.
That's a big
His
one.
first charge is racketeering, which is defined as a set of illegal activities aimed at commercial profit that may be disguised as legitimate business deals. In the indictment, they say that Diddy abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To accomplish this,
Bro, this is a sick person, bro. Because I just don't understand, right? Because if you want the women, brother, you have power, you have the money. You know, there are women out there that probably find you attractive. I don't know, bro. But you could do that normally. You know what I'm saying? But to do this and then being who you are is wild to me. It's actually wild.
they claim that he used his
Mad on
employees
call
and his
for.
businesses to create a criminal enterprise that indulged in the things that the U.S. attorney mentioned earlier. So basically what they were saying was all of the businesses that Diddy had created over the years for his music career, his clothing career, and everything else like that, he was using those and his employees to help cover up and do the things he wanted to do. And like we know, many of the things he wanted to do included assaulting women. The attorney even referred to Diddy's business, Combs Enterprise, as a criminal organization because Diddy had many of his employees working to cover up everything he was doing. They said that employees engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other activities, trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purposes of prostitution, coercion, and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice.
Who does
The
he
indictment
think he
says that
is?
to make women cooperate, Diddy would give them drugs, threaten their careers, and also threaten violence. They said from
he's a
2009
villain.
and continuing for years, Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. And this is where we get to one of the more popular
This is
parts of the
wild.
indictment, the freak-offs. The indictment reads, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers that Combs referred to as freak-offs. Freak-offs were elaborate and produced performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. The lawsuit even said that these freak-offs would last multiple days, and Diddy would pump them with drugs to keep them compliant, and then when they needed to recover after the multiple-day freak-offs, he would give the victims IV fluids, which is insane.
This is completely, that's insane. What is going on? No, he's an actual monster. Yes, Jordan, yes. It would, I'm speechless, bro. It would continue for days, bro. And when the people couldn't take it anymore, bro, think about after me and my wife get down, I'm cooked for the next 24. Yes, okay, Jordan, yes, that's exactly what I was gonna like mention. But there are young people in here. But like, bro, once you get done with the business, doing the business with, you know, your partner, you are already tired. Now imagine that one-time thing going on for days non-stop. What is happening, bro? This guy needs jail time. I wonder what like the sentence would be like. That boy needs, bro, he needs life in prison, bro. He already had too much fun. He had all the money. He had the private jets, all that, bro. He's going to jail.
Multiple days, and Diddy would pump them with drugs to keep them compliant, and then
Wait, we need to hear that again. This is wild behavior.
these freak-offs would last multiple days, and Diddy would pump them with drugs to keep them compliant, and then when they needed to recover after the multiple-day freak-offs, he would give the victims IV fluids, which is insane. Of course, they also mentioned that law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Of course, this part went viral. It is kind of funny, but it also goes to show the scale of what Diddy was doing. The feds also found multiple firearms in Diddy's houses that he used to threaten his victims. And to top
With
it all
guns!
off, they said that he has been doing most of this since at least 2008.
Yeah.
That's nearly 20 years of terrible crimes Diddy's been committing. And I know there's like a ton of jokes about this whole situation, but in reality, this is like some disgusting super villain type of stuff.
Yeah.
And who knows how many victims he has total. And then of course, there were the two other counts he was charged with.
Guilty!
Trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
Guilty,
Both
guilty.
of these had very similar themes, and all the information was pretty much the same as we discussed discussed earlier. But what I want to point out about the indictment is that if the US government is indicting you, they probably have pretty good evidence.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Apparently, federal prosecutors have above a 95% conviction rate.
Guilty!
So things really aren't looking too good for Diddy. They even claimed that they had a ton of recordings, and they also seized a bunch of electronic recording devices in the raid that they did earlier this year. At the end of the press conference given by the US attorney, he said this.
Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City.
Facts. Scary.
Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York.
Good. That's scary, chat. They gave the key to the city to a monster, bro. And then that goes to show you, like, damn, did he get the key of to the city through bribery, through maybe blackmail? Did he have the connects? You know what I'm saying? That's scary, bro.
Second, we are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly.
The government says in the indictment that others were involved in Diddy's actions, and Legal Eagle explained how the government could go after them.
And there is a federal crime called misprison of
Oh, yeah, this
felony,
guy's
which is
dope.
defined in 18 U.S.C. Section 4. Quote, whoever having knowledge of the actual commission of a felony cognizable by a court of the United States conceals and does not as soon as possible make known the same to some judge or other person in civil or military authority under the United States shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 3 years or both. So if a person...
So if you have knowledge, but you don't come forward about it, and then they know that you have knowledge, that's GG. You can be imprisoned not more than 3 years. Or both? Oh, fine, okay.
under the United States shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not
Aiding,
more than
yeah.
3 years or both. So if a person has knowledge of a felony and conceals it and doesn't report it to the authorities, that person has committed a crime.
So this investigation is
And
far...
recently, chat, yes, Beyonce and Jay-Z lost 400 or 4 million followers or something. I'm assuming that had to do with this as well. So, hey, they probably know something too. Beyonce jail time, Jay-Z jail time, Usher jail. Oh, yeah, because Justin Bieber was, they say, a victim as well. He was a victim, though. Yeah, but him being a victim makes him knowledgeable of something, so he probably has to come forward, too. That's scary, bro.
It and doesn't report it to the authorities, that person has committed a crime.
So this investigation is far from over. After being arrested, Diddy has been denied bail multiple times.
Good.
And he has also been placed on suicide watch. He's also in the same cell as Sam Bankman-Fried or Fried or however you say his name, which is pretty interesting.
That's
his
very
lawyer
interesting.
has tried to suggest multiple times that he's innocent, which at this point is honestly just ridiculous.
Brother.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's gonna fight this to the end. He's innocent.
Yeah, he's a fighter. Yeah, he fights women, bro. We get it. Weirdo.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's gonna fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of the charges. There's nothing that the government said in their presentation today that changes anyone's mind about
They
anything.
got electronics,
listen to the
chat.
reason that the lawyer gave for all of Diddy's baby oil bottles.
How do you explain the baby oil and the lubricants? 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I don't think it was 1,000. I think it was a lot. I mean, there's a Costco right down the street.
Oh,
I
yes.
think Americans buy in bulk, as we know. And you know, this is consensual adults doing what consensual adults do.
Yeah, right here. Costco denies. So it is true. Costco denies selling Diddy baby oil in bulk. Yeah, so Diddy, well, you know, the lawyer said that, you know, he buys baby oil in bulk, but Costco doesn't even sell baby oil in bulk. So bro lying, boy.
To summarize, Diddy is currently facing at least 11 lawsuits, settled one of them, and is also facing an indictment, all of which allege themes of violence, SA, racketeering, trafficking, prostitution, and many more. None of these suits contain any information about other celebrities, except for Lil Ronnie's, which has been amended, like I said, to leave out some bigger names. It's possible we will learn about other celebrities or famous people involved in Diddy's freak-offs or other actions in the investigation. But as of now, this is all he's been accused of, legally speaking. So while there are all these rumors floating around about who he did things with or to, these are the things he's actually being accused of by multiple people and the U.S. government. And as Bruce
And that's
Rivers
the U.S.
says,
government.
Guess what, Diddy? Diddy, I got news for you. There's a freight train coming, and you are tied to those motherfucking tracks. And your lawyer, he's got a chisel, he's got a blowtorch, and he's got all kinds of other tools in his toolbox. And nothing he can do can remove you from those tracks, because that train is coming, and that train is the U.S. government.
So
Yeah,
hopefully,
there you
as this
go.
investigation
Yeah, it's the US
continues,
government,
Not only
bro.
are they able to lock Diddy up, but they're able to lock up everybody else who's been involved over this long period of time.
Ooh, bars. Oh, I can't wait to hear about this, bro. Imagine it becomes like public trial, like the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Like, if people can watch it live, nah, man, that's gonna be insane. But obviously, that's not gonna happen. Yo, MattyBallz, appreciate you, my boy. Yeah, I really needed that video because again, I just saw, you know, headlines on IG, clips, people talking about it, baby oil this, baby oil that, and yeah, this obviously cleared up a lot of things.